Hello and welcome to a new series. I don't know how long this one's going to be, by the way. I have no idea, because this mod is something that is very unique and something that I have very rarely seen. I think that there is a way that you can do this through the console, but this is very cool because there's a smattering of whole new, basically gameplay mechanics, completely designed all the way from the ground up. And we're going to be playing basically Warsales Vanilla. It's pretty much Warsales Vanilla. It's Bannerlord Vanilla, native, basically. And there isn't really too much in the way of new armor or new factions or anything like that. This is very much a different angle. It's a massively different angle that I personally think is really, really fun. And this is Chaos in Calradia. If you'd like to check out the mod, there is a link in the description. You only need Harmony to be able to play this, and that literally already piqued my interest because, let's face it, the the less mods I have to use, the better, so that I don't have to, you know, deal with crashes and things like that. Anyway, yes, so description, link, all that stuff down there. Otherwise, we're going to be playing as the Empire randomly. I don't know, I'm just going to choose randomly right here. And we're just going to pick some random build for this guy. And then we are going to be going for, hopefully, an extremely powerful build that we'll be able to, hopefully, utilize to great effect here. So I'm going to go for Roguery and Cunning here. Two-handed and Throwing. And then we're also going to go for... I don't even know what, actually, right now. I'm thinking we're probably going to have to go for Leadership. So Engineering and Leadership? No, we don't really need Engineering. You'll see why very, very soon that we don't need Engineering for some reason. You'll see. And I think Roguery and One-handed, I guess? I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of that, but I guess we'll go for it. What about Throwing and One-handed? Mariner Skill? No, Mariner Skill and One-handed. There we go. That sounds pretty good. And then we'll go for One-handed and Two-handed. And we'll start at... I actually don't know what to start at, to be honest. I think we'll probably start at age 30. Should I start at age 30? Yeah, I guess I'll find... I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what the best start is for this particular scenario, so I just want to tell you that right now, because this is going to be a bit of a doozy, because I have no idea what is going to happen, and I suppose that's the entire point, because it is called Chaos in Calradia. So we're going to see how it goes. So we'll play on Bannerlord difficulty for the moment, and we will auto-allocate clan member perks. I think that's fine, because we're going to be having, well, maybe we're going to be having quite a few of them. And here it is. Alright, so choose your chaos. How much pressure should the starting map put on your new kingdom? This choice shapes the new campaign's opening balance. Your allies, enemy kingdom size, grace period pressure, challenge army size, and player war limit, as well as treaty prices. So you can see here we have a forgiving start, so basically, I guess, easy, I suppose. And then this is recommended, which is normal, and then hard, and then brutal. And these are the differences. Your kingdom begins with 3 clans on easy. Nearby kingdoms stay small, wars are less frequent, challenges are smaller, and treaties are cheaper. And then you have the recommended or normal difficulty. Current chaos balance. You start with 1 ruling clan. Most enemies begin as 1 clan kingdoms, and frontier pressure follows the normal chaos settings. You can open chaos settings in the mod by pressing, I believe it is Shift C. I think it's holding down Shift C, or it's Control C. I actually can't remember. That's useful, isn't it? Yes, my memory is great. Yeah, anyway, hard start. Enemy kingdoms begin with 2 clans where possible. Ruling capitals start stronger. Pressure arrives sooner. Capital challenges are larger and treaties are more expensive. And then, of course, we have brutal. Enemy kingdoms try to begin with 3 clans. Ruling capital starters developed strongholds. Wars arrive quickly. Capital challenges are much larger. And peace is expensive. So we're going to do normal, because I don't really want this to end in like 2 seconds, and I also don't want it to be a huge drag. So we're going to go for normal there, and I think that's probably going to be pretty nice. So let's see what happens with that. And there you go. We have created a new realm, the Beartild. Yes, indeed. So as you can see there, our faction is called the Beartild. We start at Poros, and I'm gonna just check actually to see the keybind. Okay, so these are actually the default settings for the armies. I'm just going to show you the armies tab here just to give you an idea as to how much stuff is actually customizable. You don't actually have to go in here. I'm going to be playing on default settings, so you don't really need to go in here if you don't want to. It is, by the way, Control C. So if you want to do that, then obviously you can do that. And you can see here that we have all of this stuff that is just absolutely incredible, and you can change whatever you want to change. However, I'm not going to do anything like that, and we're just going to move on. So, what is chaos in Calradia, you ask? Well, apart from the fact that I haven't really given you a description of the mod yet, which is actually not exactly great, but basically what it does is it makes it so that every single clan on the map is its own faction. Yes. So in other words, we have 136 enemy 132 actually. 132 enemy factions. And this is the reason why I thought this was absolutely amazing and really, really fun, because what's going to happen here is we start at Poros. My test save that I started literally just a few minutes before I began the recording. We started in Diathma over here, in actual fact. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens starting at Poros, because you can see here that we're actually having a slightly different prosperity level. You can see our prosperity level over here is 4,500, which is still pretty good, but Diathma's is 4,700. And you can see that it is actually gaining loyalty, first of all, and it's also gaining prosperity, whereas Poros is not actually gaining either of those things, and we're actually losing security in the meantime as well, which is pretty bad. So let's put 10,000 gold in here real quick, and let's see what we actually want to do here, because I'm gonna need, well, I don't even know what I'm gonna need, to be honest. I'm feeling like I'm probably gonna need construction speed and probably wall repair speed. I'm thinking that's probably going to be the best thing. So 41 days that's going to take, which is rather considerable. Do we have a governor available? Yes, we do actually have a governor available here, and they are both from the Empire, as you can see. So technically what I could do is I could put this guy, I could just slam him right into the wall and just, you know, have a grand old time with him in the garrison here. He's going to have a great time being the governor, right? I mean, potentially, right? Or we could take him along and have him become our quartermaster or whatever. We also have this guy who is a member of our party. You can see that he's already been made a person that can just run around with his own army and everything. And yeah, he's going to be probably pretty fine, or at least I hope so. But yeah, we have two companions. One of them is good at steward and medicine, and engineering, I think, as well. Yeah. Yeah, and the other one is good at scouting. So actually, he's not good at scouting. No, this guy's good at scouting. There we go. Yeah, and the other guy is good at steward. So basically, he can, you know, increase the size of your army and stuff like that. So generally, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this guy probably on surgeon. Just going to make him a surgeon. I think you can actually assign them to both things. Yes, as you can see right here. You can actually make it so that your companions are covering two different skills. I don't think that they can cover more than two, because you know, that's just how it works. But that is very cool in my opinion. We're also starting at clan tier 5, as you can see right here. Our garrison is 150 strong. We can only have 150 right now, but that is hopefully going to change as time goes on. And you can see here that Mr. Atalon the Boar is our helper here. And he has pretty terrible stats, all things considered. He has pretty bad stats, so I'm very much hoping he's going to be okay. Now, we can, of course, recruit people. So we can recruit people from our town here. And you may be thinking, okay, well, how do you recruit more often? Because obviously, in the base game, you have to, well, in the base game and many, many mods, you're going to have to wait, aren't you? You're going to have to wait until the next day until you can recruit more troops. Well, not in this mod. No, no, no. They've thought of that. So what we can do is we could do this. Immediately replaces every local volunteer slot with troops from settlement level 1. the fee is 5 times their normal recruitment value. So for example, if I wanted to do this, boom, look at that. It's going to cost me 3,000 dinars to be able to do that. And then I can recruit them. And you can see here I actually just gained a level, which is quite funny. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to get 1 point in, well, 1 point in leadership, 1 point in medicine. I don't need steward skill because we have so much space as it is. And indeed, we are going to be increasing our riding skill a little bit, our athletics. Going to be going for a two-handed throwing build, by the way. I'm actually going to be having a grand old time with throwing weapons in this, hopefully in this playthrough. Maybe it's going to suck. Who knows? Maybe it's going to suck, but hopefully it's going to be fun. And indeed, we have one more focus point to spend. What do we want to spec it into? Probably Mariner skill, all things considered, but I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably do something like tactics or charm. Yeah, charm's probably going to be the way to go here. So I think that's probably what I'll do. There you go. Okay, so now we're just going to continue refreshing, and we're going to continue getting these troops, because I'm going to need a huge amount of troops. And we're getting 3,000 gold from the city. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more than that, but let's actually just see what happens. Maybe we are going to be able to get, I'm thinking at least 5,000, 6,000 every single day from Poros itself. And bear in mind that obviously we are going to be declaring war on someone very, very soon. There we go, 7,000. That's very, very nice. So let's do this. And we'll just continue doing that. There we go. Just get loads and loads of troops. This is a strategy that I've literally just come up with in my first little test of the mod. I have no idea whether this is actually going to be any good, but what we're going to do is going to buy as many horses as we can get our hands on here. We're also going to be attempting to buy some better gear, because of course that's what we need, right? We need some better gear. So yeah, we're going to just go ahead and do that. So let's get ourselves a shield as well. This shield is absolutely terrible. I have a bad feeling about using the shield, but yeah, I guess we'll just go with it. And we do have a large bag of simple javelins, a short militia spear, and a footman's spatha. Not sure if we're going to be able to get something any better than that. There is a nice two-handed... Oh, wait a minute. Hello. There is a nice lance. I'm not a big fan of the lance, to be honest. Not a big fan of the lance at all. But we're going to have to do our best with that. Just going to sell the old stuff. And we're just going to wait here for a little bit of time. You may be thinking, okay, you're spending a lot of money right there. You know, you're spending a lot of money right there. But no, no, no. We don't have to worry about that so much, because obviously we are the ruler of this particular town. So we don't really need to worry about it too much. We can kind of relax somewhat, and we can just kind of do our own thing, because what's going to happen is I did not want to go into the I did not want to go to the town center. That was not something that I wanted to do. But yes, anyway, the point is, what we can do is just wait here for some time, wait for the general. Yep, there we go. Look at that. Wait for the money right there, and then we can literally just continue refreshing our local recruits and continue getting these guys. Now, obviously, there is no task for me to do here, unfortunately. There is a task over there. Let me actually just see, because technically what I could do is I could declare war against a nearby castle straight away if I wanted to, right? I could literally do that right away, and we could go for it. You know, we could literally go for it and do an auto-resolve against them. We could even do an auto-resolve against a nearby village if we wanted to as well. So let's actually just have a look. Look, there's 287. I think we could probably do something pretty cool here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a local... Yeah, I sworn not to attack. Yeah, I need to declare war against them first of all. So what we're going to do is going to take a look. Naretsis are the first people we will attack. And we'll see what we can do, because it is going to be a little bit problematic for us potentially to deal with them. But we're gonna do our best. I mean, I've got my very preliminary... Yeah, very preliminary gear right now, and you can see here. Look at how incredibly well powered these guys are. But oh wow, how does he already have? He already has Imperial Sergeant Crossbowmen. He already has Imperial Sergeant Crossbowmen. I only have recruits. I'm not entirely sure how he's already done that, but yeah. Anyway, Naretsis. So we are going to be declaring war against that faction. And we're going to see if I can make it work. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to, but yeah, let's do it. So declare war. There it is. They are now at war against us. and we are going to be heading on over there. You may be thinking, okay, wait a minute, then the name hasn't turned red or anything. Yeah, that's true. However, you'll see. I mean, obviously, this is a mod that is in beta right now, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I'm actually very excited to see what actually even happens here. So we can now raid the village, and I'm going to do that because they're going to declare war on us. I'm going to be automatically resolving this particular attack. As you can see right there, we're going to be getting a huge amount of experience, and I'm going to try and see if I can recruit and indeed, yeah, probably not this. But yeah, just recruit and take as many prisoners as possible. We've got some boots, legendary short militia spear, not particularly useful. Technically, I could use a whole bunch of other mods with this, but as I said, I did want to be a little bit careful about that. I wanted to make sure that we weren't overdoing things, so to speak. And let's actually see what happens if we go over here and see what happens with Sestadaim Castle, because I could potentially take this. If I could take this, this would be pretty crazy. Hello, there's Penton. I might be... Am I going to be able to fight this guy if he has really good troops? Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, he didn't actually realize that I was going to attack him, but yeah, there you go. All right, so we're going to just do a little bit of something here. Let's go with this, I suppose. Not entirely sure if it was a good idea for me to go for roguery skill, all intents and purposes, but it's fine. It's okay. We'll try our very best here. And indeed, I only have... Well, I have absolutely just terrible, terrible stats. Yes. Terrible, terrible stats. Okay, yes. So, all I can really do, unfortunately, is I can only charge. That is all I can do. But I have 268 people here. I have 133 Empire peasants and 124 Imperial recruits. Now, technically, what I should have done here, and now I'm just thinking about it right now, technically what I should have done is I should have spec'd into leadership skill in the character creation. This probably would have provided me with the first perk in the leadership tree, which, if I am correct, is Raise the Meek. I think I usually go for Raise the Meek. And in that situation, that's basically the best thing I could have gone for, because Raise the Meek would allow me to have a way of passively generating experience for our people, which would have really made a big difference. Nice hit. Wow, I actually made a hit against the actual... What? Okay, I'm actually making hits against these guys. Can you believe it? Okay, I'd like to get a nice two-handed hit right here. Yes, thank you very much. Let's try and level up my two-handed skill. Obviously, we are playing fast mode. I mean, no offense, but I feel like fast mode is just so extremely fun. I cannot play without it. I mean, I can, but it will take a lot longer to do everything, and I find that annoying. But yes, anyway, let's just see if I can... Oh, nice. Look at that. We killed that guy with our thrown weapons. My thrown weapons are hitting every single time. Absolutely love that. And now let's see if we can get in here and actually do some damage. I'm going to have to see if maybe like a slash through mod or something like that. I actually don't know whether we'll install any mods. But if you think of any mods that you think would be really, really beneficial to the experience of chaos in Calradia, then by all means let me know, because as long as they don't add anything that basically just, crashes me all the time. But yeah, I am basically really looking forward to seeing what happens here, because this is a completely wonderfully fresh experience for me personally. I have never done anything like this before, where there are just multiple singular factions, and I cannot wait. So let's see if I can just... I need a better two-handed. Even though the axe is actually doing some pretty nice damage, don't get me wrong, it's just not got a particularly large amount of reach. So we're not really hitting the deep spots in these enemies right here. And they're not really, I'm not really feeling a huge amount of... Ooh, that was quite satisfying, though. That was quite satisfying. Okay, so there you go. We did end up, obviously, not really getting that much renown, but we don't even need that much renown. That's the thing. Renown is not that important right now. And I'm thinking we're actually going to be... Should I... I don't know. I'm actually not sure if we should execute people. Because if we execute people, what's going to happen? everyone's going to hate us. Everyone's going to hate us, and they're probably going to declare war against us, right? Yeah, probably. Okay, so I'm going to let him go. I'm actually going to let him go because I'm going to get charm skill for that. Let's get some Imperial shipmates, Imperial infantrymen, and Imperial recruits. And they are, well, they're eventually going to be made into people that can come along and help us. And we're going to be going for Imperial Legionaries. Yeah, Imperial Legionaries. That's what we're going to be going for the most part, because I want to be as good as possible when it comes to sieges. You know, obviously, sieges are going to be the name of the game here. They are going to be basically what we need to be super, super good at. And then obviously, you know, I mean, we did just do a field battle, so technically, you know, that is also very, very important. We'll take all the loot. And we're making a huge amount of money as it is. So we don't really need to worry about it too much. But look at the amount of experience I've just gained from this. This is absolutely fantastic. Let's go for another point in control. And what do I want to do? Another point in writing. Yeah, I did actually get it. Look, see, there we go. I did actually get a point. No, combat tips. Combat tips is the thing. But I could technically do raise the meek instead, because that gets you double the experience for tier 1 and tier 2 troops, which in my opinion is probably going to be the way to go. So you know what? Let's get a couple of extra points in leadership here, and let's go for virile, because you never know. Maybe I'll get myself a spouse at some point. Probably not going to happen anytime soon, but maybe it will. Who knows? And let's go and try and destroy the shields. Swing speed with two-handed weapons sounds pretty good. Let's go for, I don't know about maneuvering. I think charge skill. I think charge percentage is probably going to be the way to go here. Okay, so the question is, are we going to go in against Apolotia? Maybe we will. Should we see what happens? It's a little bit dangerous. It's a little bit dangerous. It's a little bit dangerous to go in versus her right now, because you could see here we have quite a few peasants. She has a lot of, I don't know. This might be dangerous. This might be really, really dangerous. We may not survive this. Unfortunately, my companions died, so we don't have any perk improvements here. I did get a nice new horse, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any polearm focus points or anything like that, because I wasn't actually planning on being a polearm based character in this playthrough. I've done that for the last 2 playthroughs, I think. So I didn't really want to do that again, if I can help it. But this is going to be a bit problematic. I will use my javelins. Ooh, okay. I certainly wasn't expecting to miss that. Ooh, nice hit. Nice hit. Yeah, not getting particularly lucky with this. Nice. Okay. Whew, that is some nice experience gain right there. Love it. Okay, I've got to be careful here. I don't really want to die, if I'm honest, but these are just recruits, but they can still do some damage, right? They can still do some damage. They're not something that we need to be like, oh, you know, because we can die from them. That's the thing. Bannerlord difficulty, you know, everything's dangerous, so it's not very good for me to come in here, but I guess we'll just try our best. I am just charging in, so I should theoretically have this in the bag, because the enemy doesn't really like to be super aggressive, and if you are super aggressive, then they'll probably think to themselves better of it, you know. They'll probably be like, ah yes, I should get out of here immediately because we're losing too many troops. But yeah, I'm actually losing a lot of people right now too, and indeed myself as well. Can we kill her? No. She's going to be too difficult for us to deal with, I think. I'm going to die in just a moment, but hopefully, oh, there we go. I did actually get to 75. For some reason, my peasants are actually proving themselves to be quite dangerous as well, because they're just throwing a bunch of stones. I assume the enemy lives in a bunch of glass houses, so they're probably going to be completely fine. Dear me, they're going to be, well, they're going to be dead, basically, but yes. Anyway, there you go. That's the victory for us right there. I think we're probably pretty fine. And indeed, there it is. Very nice. Okay, so pretty happy about that performance right there. Not too bad. And now what I need to do, and this is going to be a little bit Well, this is going to be a little bit curious because what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go back. Oh, I didn't mean to take a prisoner. Whoops. Okay. Well, I didn't mean to take a prisoner, but that, you know, that's just how things are going to go by the looks of things. But yeah, what we're going to do is going to just get rid of these guys, get rid of those guys, get the infantrymen, get the Imperial shipmates, and then get everyone that I can. Otherwise, yeah, there we go. And that's it. That's all I can really do. Oh, nice. Okay, we did actually get ourselves a nice little phalanx banner there, which is actually kind of pointless, but it's okay. You know, it's fine. And indeed, did we get anything really, really nice here in regards to... Oh, we did actually get some hand armor, but that's obviously nothing to really write home about either, because what we are going to do, or at least what we're hopefully going to be able to do, is get our hands on some great stuff back at our town. And there it is. Okay, so we did actually level up a huge amount of leadership skill just from those big upgrades that we just got. We got 76 people upgrading. So we're going to go for Raise the Meek. This is something that I never usually... you know what? No, I can't go for Raise the Meek. The other thing that Combat Tips gives us is way too good to say no to. So I'm going to just do that. +1 to troop tiers when recruiting from the same culture. And we are obviously recruiting from the same culture almost all the time. So there is Attalon the Boar. Now, I have just been informed by the mod that Frontier Wars, as you can see, the grace period has now ended. Frontier kingdoms may now declare war each day. So instead of, you know, them just doing basically nothing, we are going to be attacked, and we are going to be doing some attacking. So this is going to be... It's going to be pretty dangerous. It's going to be pretty dangerous. So I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but all I know for certain is that I need to recruit as many people as I can get my hands on. And then we need to immediately go over to the castle, and we're going to be calling our party, our friendly party, into an army. And that's what we're going to do. We're still at war against them. Don't worry about the name. For some reason, it doesn't show it in red anymore. But as I said, this mod is in beta, so it is not finished. But yes, otherwise, let's see what we can do once we get there. Alright, so as you can see, we're in a siege. And we now have to deal with these things. I am... Treat your men, but trust in strict preventative procedures, so on and so forth. I don't really mind if some people die, I suppose. But yeah, we're hopefully going to get our siege camp up and running relatively soon here. And I'm not entirely sure what to do, to be honest, because if I get the trebuchets up and running and the walls get destroyed, then anyway, everyone and their grandmother is going to be like, oh yes, that place has no walls, so I'm going to declare war on them. Yeah. That's kind of the thing that I'm hoping will not happen. But yeah, anyway, we got Mr. Attalon, who is now helping us, which is going to be relatively useful. As I said before, I am just going to be basically leveling up into infantry only at this point in time. I feel like that is probably going to be the greatest possible thing we can do. And we're going to see what happens, because obviously they don't have... Oh no, never mind. Okay, yeah, no. Yes, so there is no starvation mechanic in this mod by the looks of things. So... yeah, we're not going to be starving out the garrison anytime soon. So this is definitely the right way to go about things. Destroying the walls is pretty much our only option. So let's see if we can... There we go. Nice. Look at that. That was remarkably simple, wasn't it? That was actually really, really good. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can also rescue some of these guys. I really actually very much love this, because we're now having a situation where enemies and ourselves are having to start from the very beginning with just recruits. Everyone has basically just recruits, apart from that one guy that we saw that had for some reason Imperial I don't know how he had Imperial cataphract units already, but I'm calling BS on that. But yeah, no, that's just how it goes. Anyway, we'll see what we can do by going into the siege. And this is going to be hilarious, because obviously this is just a castle. Just bear that in mind. This is just a castle. This is not anything special. This is something that you'd be like, oh yeah, I don't really care about this at all. And you'd be correct, because who cares about a random castle with only, what is it, 700 prosperity or something like that? It really doesn't have anything special. But the biggest thing about getting a castle, from my perspective in this mod, gaining a significant distraction. Usually, I talk about distractions a lot, well, kind of-ish. And generally, I think that getting a distraction or getting something like this that allows you to distract so well, and for some reason, I'm not entirely sure why my forces are failing so hard here. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, might have some problems. Okay, just trying to get some kills here. Trying to get some headshots. As you may or may not know, I am a huge throwing weapon person. I really love throwing weapons. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Oh, I cannot believe I just died from that. I can't believe I just died from that guy. Oh, take control of character? Really? Okay, sure. I'll take control of this guy. How many have we lost so far? We've lost a huge amount. This is really bad, actually. I don't know what I can really do here. I think the best course of action for me right now is literally just to attack randomly at the sides of our units here. And just try to maximize survival. That's what I should have done with my own character, to be honest. That would have been the best way to go. But I'm an idiot, so I didn't do that. We are actually maybe able to achieve victory here just because we have the numbers. Let's actually just have a look. Yeah, no, I think we're going to be okay. I'm going to die with this character here in just a second. Yep, that's just to be expected, I suppose. But yeah, I can now take control of an Imperial recruit. All right, let's do it. I got a pitchfork. It's time for you to run away very quickly from my pitchfork of doom. For those of you that remember Fred the Farmer. Yes, if you remember Fred the Farmer, then you are an OG. For sure. But yes. Anyway, we'll see what we can do here. Maybe I'll be able to... Can I get a kill? Can I get a kill as a random peasant? Maybe. No. Not in a minute. Oh, I did! Look at that! I actually got a kill. Wow, crazy. Alright, so yeah, there's the victory for us. We did end up losing a huge amount of troops, but that is obviously just to be expected. I mean, I think most people at this point in the game are they're probably going to be having the same kind of situation occur. But yes, we'll just send these guys in. I don't have enough HP to be able to do it myself. Ah, nice. Actually getting a pretty significant amount of people here. Not too bad. There we go. Let's level these guys up. There we go. Level those, level these. Nice. Okay, yeah, we're getting some pretty decent veteran level ups as well here. Getting some nice gloves. A very, very nice glove upgrade there. And are we getting anything else? No, not really. All right, so there you go. It has now fallen. Look at that. And one landed. Okay. They now join us. Oh my. That is amazing. All right. I did not know that that was actually a thing. I did not know that that was what was that was what was going to happen. We are, however, now being attacked by this faction over here, which is a problem. That is a pretty big issue because they're pretty large, as you can see. They got that's Regea. Oh, okay. We got a really bad roll right there that we got Regea's clan right next to us. That's pretty awful. I guess we'll just have to try our best and see what we can do. So we'll go for well built here. Form-fitting armor, I suppose. And what else do we want to go for? I mean, I don't even really know, to be honest. I guess tactics. I guess 1 point in tactics couldn't hurt, right? Or maybe some athletic skill. I think athletic skill is probably going to be slightly better. Okay, so as you can see, there are a bunch of castles that are now being completely eliminated because that's just how things go now. Let's disband this guy so he can go and do whatever he wants to do. So we're actually ahead of the curve a little bit here because we were able to... Oh no. Yes, as you can see, Rogea is actually starting to attack over there. I can't do anything, unfortunately. My forces are just not ready for something like that. So we will have to just do a little bit of this. And I will try and see if what I can do is literally just get so many people that Rogea has no idea what is about to happen. We're just going to be, you know, going crazy. We're just going to be going absolutely crazy here. And there we have it. Okay. So we've got over 400 people, and I need to find some better gear. So that is exactly what I'll do. What about this? No. What about a better helmet? Yeah, there's a better helmet. Thank you very much. That's 58,000. Okay, well, that's not exactly what I was thinking of, but I guess I could sell this. Okay, that barely did anything. Okay. What about selling this? Wow. Okay, that's quite an expensive helmet. I suppose I will do it. Yes, why not? Let's do it. And now I will just wait here for a little bit of time because I'd like to try and restore my forces as fast as possible. If she manages to capture it, then that's just going to have to be it, and we'll have to deal with her. I really don't want this, actually. I would love to be able to go over there and actually see what we could do about murdering her, but... yeah, no, it's... yeah, okay, fine. You know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, okay? Yeah, this is pretty bad. I mean, I've got 350 people. I guess that's not too bad. Let's just see. She is actually going in now. She's got barely anyone. Oh, she left. She left. That's yes. Hello there, Rogea. I will be attacking you, and you will like it. She's actually going over... wait, capital level 3? How is she... how does she have a capital level 3? She has walls level 3. How did she get walls level 3 that fast? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Okay, yeah, so these castles are already done. And I'm out of food, which is pretty bad. Let's see what I can do about buying some more food. Yeah, I rushed over. I didn't even think about it, you see. I didn't even think about it. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, we basically don't have any food. This is hilarious. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do about this. I guess sheep and then slaughter them or something like that? There we go. A very small amount. We got some fish down here. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. Okay. Yeah. I'm not too sure what to do. This is maybe a little bit problematic. Ah, thank goodness. Okay. Whew. That was a little bit problematic, wasn't it? Okay, so let's actually just take a look. Okay, yes. I think that's probably what we're going to do. House of Onika Castle, as well as... who does Nadea serve? Let me actually just have a look here. Komnos? Yeah, I assume Komnos. Alright, so I'm going to declare war on Onika Castle here. This is obviously not really going to do much, unfortunately, because I think it's going to get taken in just a second, so it's not really going to do anything for us. But I guess we could just try our best. 17 days worth it's going to take to construct this thing. I would like more security. Is there not a way for me to get more security here? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. Alright, so I'm hopeful... oh, Garios. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the big issue here. That's the big issue here. I was kind of hoping that Garios would not be here. But, yeah, that, you know, he was, of course. Ah, okay, so my party is being attacked. Hopefully he's not going to die. He's still not leaving. I need him to leave. Yeah, so they've actually captured this now. And they have 154 people. That's pretty harsh. My forces are having a hard time recovering from what they just did. I'm going to auto-resolve. I'm going to... can I not attack? Apparently I cannot attack now. Yeah, because I didn't declare war against these guys. Okay. Let's see what I can do. Yeah, I actually don't know. You know what? Okay. what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here first of all because I'd like to get some food. And because as you can see, we only have 3 days left. I think I might have over recruited. I think that's the main concern right now. That is definitely the main concern. So let me actually just get this. There we go. Okay, and we're going to be attacking this guy. There we go. Going to be attacking this guy straight away. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. There we are. Okay, attack him. Auto-resolve against them. There we go. Nice and easy. We're going to take him prisoner, but we're not going to do anything else with him. Then we're just going to swap over our prisoners right now, and then we're just going to take everyone that's really, really high tier. And, well, apparently everyone. Apparently. Yeah, we're just going to take absolutely everyone. And then we're going to be moving on straight away. And we'll see what we can do, because as it stands right now, I do think that we have a pretty good shot. Okay, some reason we declared war against them, but didn't seem to make any difference. Okay, what about this guy? Can I actually attack this guy as well?
If you please.
Hello there, sir. I have a proposal that may benefit us both. Actually, nothing. Ah, yeah, this guy doesn't want anything. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, I apparently can't do anything with him right now. Maybe we can attack Onika Castle now, because I technically did attack them just this moment. Attalon is doing a very good job, actually, surprisingly enough, with defending. So I'm actually very pleased with him right now. 177. Oh dear. That's pretty bad. Yeah, I still can't actually attack. Okay, so I'm gonna have to declare war against the Western Empire. Yeah. Faction is the Western Empire. Okay. Alright, so all I'm doing right now is basically just heading into a siege, and you can see here that we actually have one of our newly minted vassals coming and helping us, which is astonishing AI. Usually this kind of stuff doesn't really happen to me. Usually they are just completely and utterly useless, so I'm very, very impressed by this. Unfortunately, they are now attacking us. Oh dear. Of course they are. Yes, of course they are. And they're coming in with the garrison as well, which is to be expected. But we have everyone. We have everyone here. We basically have only recruits and peasants. The enemy has... Oh! They have some good units. They have some good units. This is very bad. Okay. Yeah, this is actually really bad. This is really, really bad. We could potentially end up dying here. If we end up dying here, it's not that big of a loss, because all I need to do then is just escape, go back to my town, and just re-recruit. Right? That's all I would need to do. However, I would prefer not to do that if at all possible, because I would prefer to be out there doing what I can, absolutely murdering everything in sight. Okay, so the question is, I have a really... no offense right now, but this polearm is not my thing. This polearm is way too long. It is very unwieldy, and it doesn't really do the business as much as you'd want it to. So now the problem is, these guys have 17 cavalry. I do not. However, we do have 713 people on the field of battle. Wow. That's some damage. Alright. Yeah, I kind of forgot that they had Manavlions. Yeah, they do have those. So, yeah, I'm dead. But that's okay, because I can hopefully take... Yes. There we go. Take control of this character. Thank you very much. And an Imperial Cataphract, that's definitely going to make a huge difference, right? Or it should. Nice damage. Yeah, obviously we're going to have these things happening now as well, which is going to be very frustrating for us, but hopefully this guy with his better armor will make a bit of a difference. Oh, nice charge damage, gotta say that. Loving that. Maybe I could do some damage here. Well, it looks as though we're going to have to retreat here. This is going to be a bit problematic. We may, in fact... Yeah, we can try to get away here. We could try to get away. Yep. Yeah, no, that's... yeah, we might be... no. Oh, dear. Nope. We are going to be taken prisoner here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Technically, the only thing I could have done there was retreat away from the garrison and try to tackle just the two vassals rather than the garrison and the two vassals. But I don't think that would have made any difference. I think that would have probably been... It probably would have resulted in the same thing. Sestadaim Castle has now been taken by Roger, of course. That is to be expected, but we will be able to take that back relatively simply, or at least should be able to. We did level up quite nicely there, which I suppose is not too bad, and we can get nomadic traditions. Yeah, should go in there. Go for this. Let's go for some more endurance as well. We don't really have a huge amount of that. Alright, so I basically went in for a massive auto-resolve victory here, as I wanted to release our companions. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, rejoin the others, let's be off, yes. And obviously Atalon, we're going to be saying, I need you to lead a party, sir. Unfortunately, actually, you know what? I don't even want him to lead a party right now. Let's cancel that. There we go. We'll just rejoin the others. We'll just have him rejoin us for the moment, because we really don't want him to go out there right now and get himself absolutely slaughtered, because there are two vassals bearing down on us at this very second. So I do need to be a little bit careful with that. Now, I have been attempting to auto-resolve as best as I can here and trying to make something work. So you'll see exactly what we've got going on here in just a second. Okay, wait a minute. We've got... I don't want to enter the dungeon. Why am I entering the dungeon? Idiot. Why am I doing that? I don't know. But yes, we are just going to wait here for some time, and I'm going to show you what's happening. So basically, we have Onika Castle now, and I also took back Sestadaim Castle. Actually, technically, I didn't do anything. It was more like our vassals that did stuff. So they are the ones that, you know, made that possible. I just went there and auto-resolved and basically took it. So that's the reason why I did that. Because now we have these. We've got all of these clans. We've got all of these clans helping us, and they are making a huge... That is a huge difference, right? That is an absolutely huge difference. As you can see, Atalon is now a party once again. Even though I didn't actually tell him to do that, but he's just going ahead and doing that nevertheless, which is actually pretty nice. So, not too bad. And indeed, we have now taken Thorios Castle, and we have another clan under our belt. Obviously, as you saw right there, an insane number of casualties, because there are loads and loads of casualties when you have to deal with an auto-resolve. And we also have this happening now. Okay, interesting. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what he hopes to achieve here. Because I think we have more than enough people to be able to handle him, but maybe not. That's the problem here. Preventive medicine is definitely going to make a big difference. I will take another point in medicine, because it feels to me like we actually... I don't know. Is our medic actually with me right now? Because I feel like he's not. No, he's not. As you could see. Is this the medic? Is that the medic? I actually don't know. Anyway, we're just going to wait here for a little bit of time. We're going to see what this guy has in store for us. I mean, he has pretty good troops. Whoopsie. All right. Yeah, he has pretty good troops. This is going to be very painful if he goes in here. I'm hopeful that he won't. Oh, no, here we go. Yes, we've got our vassals actually coming along. Like I said before, vassals are insane in this mod. They are extremely, extremely reactive and very, very cool. Because literally, just look at what happened right there. They just came out of nowhere and basically helped us out. Massive, massive assistance. Anyway, I think that's probably going to be it for this episode, at least for now. And let me know, do you want to see more of chaos in Calradia. Do you want to see more of this? Because from my perspective, I think this is extremely fun. But obviously, maybe it's not that fun to watch. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.